Grok 4.1 just changed the way people look at Elon Musk's AI. It went from being a fun meme model to sitting right at the top of text leaderboards with much better writing, fewer made-up facts, and way stronger emotional understanding. And now, XAI is already testing the next wave of Grok models with 2 million token context windows and new agent-style features that a lot of people are already calling Grok 4.2. So in this video, we're going to break down what Grok 4.2 actually means in real terms. What's new compared to Grok 4 and 4.1, how it really compares to GPT-style models, and most importantly, how you should be using Grok right now so you don't fall behind. Quick honesty check before we start. XAI has not yet published a full official model card with the title Grok 4.2. What we do have is Grok 4.1, fast, with 2 million token context. And Elon Musk publicly teased Grok 4.2 as coming soon and saying Grok will soon overtake rivals. So when we say Grok 4.2 in this video, we're talking about the next generation Grok experience built on top of Grok 4.1. Plus, these new 2 million token agent-style Grok models XAI are already rolling out. We're not guessing magic features. We're looking at what exists today and what that clearly points to. Let's start with where Grok is right now, because Grok 4.2 is not coming out of nowhere. Not long ago, Grok was mainly known as the sarcastic, edgy AI. Grok 4 was XAI's first big, serious model, a large 256,000 token context window, built-in access to X and web search so it can pull in live information, a more rebellious, less corporate tone than most other models. Fun? Yes. Useful? Yes. But it still had a big problem. It hallucinated too often. Then XAI dropped Grok 4.1, and that's where the story bends toward Grok 4.2. They kept the same core architecture, but did heavy training and tuning. Grok 4.1 jumped in 4 big ways. First, better answers and reasoning. Grok 4.1 moved from mid-pack to top of the text leaderboards. In blind tests, its thinking mode and even its fast mode started beating many other frontier models in text quality and usefulness. Second, emotional intelligence. On emotional benchmarks, Grok 4.1 jumped to the top spots. In simple terms, when you say something like, "I miss my cat so much it hurts," Grok 4.1 responds with warmth, context, and real emotional understanding, not just a generic one-line, "Sorry to hear that." Third, creative writing. On creative writing tests, Grok 4.1 ranks near the very top. That shows up in stronger hooks, better storytelling, more natural YouTube scripts, posts, and ideas. It feels more like a creative partner, not a dry assistant. Fourth, fewer hallucinations. In real-world information tasks, XAI reports that Grok 4.1 cut hallucinations by roughly 3 times compared to Grok 4. That's a massive improvement when you're doing research, studying, or writing content based on facts. So if Grok 4 was the raw sports car, Grok 4.1 is the tuned, safer, more reliable version. And now we add the next big ingredient that pushes us into Grok 4.2 territory, XAI's new Grok Fast models with 2 million token context. A huge part of what people mean when they say Grok 4.2 is this: Grok's insane context window and how that changes real workflows. Most long context. AIs today support 128,000 tokens, maybe 256,000 tokens. Grok Fast models go up to 2,000 tokens. Let's translate that. A normal, long context model is like someone who can read a single book plus your recent messages. A 2 million token Grok is like someone who can spread out long research reports, project notes, big chunks of code, and your entire conversation history, and look at it all at once. Here's how Grok 4.2 level context changes things for you. First, deep research in one place, instead of feeding one PDF, summarizing, feeding another, and manually connecting dots. You can drop in many sources at once and say, compare all of this and give me the 5 biggest patterns, 3 main risks, and 3 opportunities for my business. That's the kind of thing Grok 4.2 level models are built for. Second, real help with large code bases. You're not just pasting a tiny function anymore. You can paste multiple files, logs, configs, documentation, and ask, explain the system's architecture. Where are likely performance bottlenecks? Refactor this module but keep the API the same. Now, the AI isn't just a snippet generator. It becomes a system-level coding assistant. Third, long-term projects in one chat. Think about a YouTube channel, thesis, book, SaaS product, startup plan. With this context size, you can keep most of the project history in a single Grok conversation. Pass stress, strategy, feedback, and ask Grok to stay consistent over weeks. Important reality check. Big context doesn't mean perfect memory or perfect focus. You still need to structure what you send, but it's the difference between working on a tiny desk and working on a huge table with all your papers laid out. That big table is one of the main reasons people say Grok 4.2 is going to feel very different, because in practice, Grok 4.2, 4.1 2 million token workspace plus agent-style tools. Now let's answer the question everyone has. If Grok 4.2 is this strong, how does it actually compare to GPT? Let's keep this zero drama and 100% practical. Think of Grok 4.2 and GPT as 2 very smart coworkers, same level of raw brain power, but very different styles and strengths. Here's where Grok 4.2 level models shine. First, real-time information. Grok is plugged into X and web search. That means AI news that dropped today. Live reactions, trending topics, fresh updates. All of that can be pulled into your answer. What's happening right now with this company or law? What did Elon just say about Grok 4.2? Grok is built for that. Second, huge context. When we say Grok 4.2 in this video, a big part is that 2 million token context. If you dig into large documents, maintain big code bases, or handle complex projects, Grok's long context lets you bring a lot more into one conversation. Third, emotional and creative tone. Because Grok 4.1 already scores high on emotional and creative benchmarks, Grok 4.2 style models understand tone better, respond more like a human collaborator, and produce content with voice instead of sounding like pure corporate boilerplate. So for YouTube scripts, hooks, brainstorming content ideas, Grok feels like a creative partner, not just a calculator. Now, here's where GPT shines. GPT-style models are very strong in, first, agent-style workflows with many tools. GPT is deeply integrated into code runners, file tools, data tools, automations. So if your workflow is, read this data, run code, generate charts, then write a report, GPT is often very smooth because the ecosystem around it is huge. Second, integrations. GPT is built into Note apps, project tools, writing software, development tools. So for many people, GPT is already the default because it's just there in the tools they use daily. The smart way to think about Grok 4.2 versus GPT is not, which is the champion forever? The smart way is, which model is the best assistant for this one task today? Use Grok 4.2 level models when you need live info, you want a huge context, you care about emotional and creative style, you're doing research, content, or big code exploration. Use GPT when you're working inside apps that already use GPT. You need complex workflows with many tools and steps. GPT for what GPT is best at. That alone puts you ahead of most people who just pick a team and stop thinking. Now, how do you actually use this Grok 4.2 level power right now? Most people will see Grok 4.2 coming soon and do nothing. You're not most people. So let's make this practical. Step 1. Pick one workflow to upgrade. Ask yourself, where do I waste the most time every week? Examples: summarizing articles, writing reports, debugging code, answering emails, planning content. Pick one of these and commit. I'm going to build Grok into this. Step 2. Use Grok for what it's best at. If you choose research or reports, use Grok's long context. Feed multiple sources at once. Give me the key insights, the main risks, and clear action steps from all of this. If you choose coding, paste multiple files, logs, or diffs. Ask, explain what this system does. Find likely bugs or edge cases. Refactor this part safely. If you choose content, use Grok 4.1 or Grok 4.2 style models to generate hooks, rewrite scripts, add emotion and clarity. Ask, rewrite this in a simple, punchy YouTube style for a global audience. Step 3. Use GPT where it fits better. If your task is already living in a GPT-powered app or heavily depends on tools and code execution inside one platform, then use GPT for that specific workflow. The goal is not to be loyal to a model. The goal is to be loyal to what works best. Step 4. Review weekly. Once a week, ask, where did AI actually save me real time or money? Where did I still do things the old way? If the answer is nowhere, the problem is not Grok or GPT. The problem is that you're not plugging them into real work yet. One upgraded workflow per week means 52 upgrades a year. That's how you quietly move into the top group that actually gets results from AI. So, what is Grok 4.2 really? It's not just a version number. It's a shift in what Grok can be for you, from that edgy chatbot to a serious assistant with better answers, fewer hallucinations, strong emotional and creative writing, a huge 2 million token workspace, and live access to what's happening right now. GPT is still extremely strong. Grok is now extremely strong too. The real edge goes to the people who know when to use each one and who actually plug them into real workflows, coding, research, content, operations. Are you going to treat Grok 4.2 like a toy or like a teammate? And how are you splitting the work? Grok for X, GPT for Y. What would make you switch your main AI from one to the other? Let me know in the comments. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe to Tube Trends AI, and check the description for the links to Grok 4.1, Grok Fast, the 2 million token models, and the benchmarks we mentioned, so you can dive deeper yourself. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.